Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving headfirst into the NXPACE token, NXPC for short. This isn't just, another crypto coin out there. It's the utility token that's actually powering the MapleStory universe.
Right, that whole Web3 world built by Nexon. Big name, obviously, from the MapleStory games everyone knows.
Exactly.
So our mission today really is to get under the hood of NXPC. We want to figure out what it is, what it's supposed to do in that ecosystem.
Yeah.
And crucially, what's the buzz with its recent arrival on Binance Alpha? We've looked at Binance announcements, various crypto news bits, even their terms of service.
Just trying to get the full picture for you. Yeah. And the timing is, well, it's pretty wild.
It really is.
Right now, I mean, literally today and tomorrow, that's May 13th and 14th, 2025, there's an airdrop going on Binance Alpha. And get this, trading actually kicks off on May 15th.
Just around the corner.
So, yeah, let's jump right in. What exactly makes NXPC, tick?
Well, think of NXPC as the central fuel. It's for the MapleStory Universe's Web3 engine, basically. Its main goal. Supercharge user involvement, get people engaged, and help that whole ecosystem grow.
Right.
What's particularly innovative, I think, is how it connects directly to in-game items as NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
NFTs. In MapleStory. Okay, now this is where things get interesting. How does NXPC power those digital collectibles?
So the main way is through something they call NXPC Fission.
Fission. Like splitting atoms.
Sort of. Imagine it like this. Players spend their NXPC tokens, and that generates these baskets, like bundles, filled with in-game NFT items.
Okay.
And what's fascinating here, what I found interesting, is that even the development team, NextSpace themselves, they have to use NXPC too to create new items. They play by the same rules.
Oh, that's different. So it's not just the devs printing items whenever they want.
Exactly. Creates a more level playing field, maybe. An interesting dynamic for sure.
So you spend NXPC, out pop NFT bundles. Got it.
Yeah.
But what if you have items already and you want to bundle them into an NFT?
Good question. That's where NFT Fusion comes in.
Fusion, okay. The opposite.
Yeah. Right. This lets players take specific in-game items they own, combine them into an NFT basket.
Okay.
And this is key for the whole cycle, they can actually convert that finished NFT basket back into NXPC.
Oh, interesting. So you can go both ways.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It encourages people to collaborate, collect things, trade, really engage with the economy in a totally new way.
A player-driven NFT economy inside MapleStory. That's definitely a fresh take. Yeah. Now, I also saw something about NXPC being linked to another currency.
A reserve.
Yes, exactly. NXPC also acts as a reserve asset for NESO.
NESO.
Yeah, NESO. That's the main in-game currency for MapleStory N.
MapleStory N's the new game.
A brand new MMORPG, yeah. And it's launching right alongside the NXPC trading debut. It's all connected.
No, okay.
And there's a fixed exchange rate between them. For example, 100,000 NESO gets you 1 NXPC. Okay, fixed rate, so you can swap between them. What's the point?
Yeah.
Why have both?
Well, think of it kind of like ETH and wrapped ETH, WETH.
Okay. Yeah, I get that analogy.
So NXPC can be converted into NESO for all your day-to-day stuff in MapleStory N, buying potions, upgrading gear, whatever you do in the game.
Right, the normal game stuff.
But more importantly, any NESO you earn just by playing, killing monsters, quests, achievements, that NESO can then be converted back into NXTC.
I see. So gameplay directly links back to the token.
Exactly. It broadens the usefulness of NESO across the entire MapleStory universe, connecting the game loop right into the Web3 side.
Okay, so NXPC is the foundational Web3 asset. NESO is for your daily grinding and spending in-game. That makes sense. Right, let's talk about getting some NXPC then. Specifically, this Binance Alpha listing and the airdrop. That seems like the hot topic right now for listeners.
Absolutely. That's the immediate thing. So Binance Alpha is set to start trading NXPC tomorrow, May 15th, 2025.
Tomorrow.
But for people who've been active on Binance Alpha already, there's this earlier opportunity. An airdrop started today, May 13th, runs through the end of tomorrow, the 14th.
An airdrop. Free tokens. This gets my attention. What's the catch?
It's a bit different. It's not just free money falling from the sky. This one uses or deducts alpha points.
Alpha points. Specific to Binance Alpha.
Right, exactly. You have to have accumulated these points through your activity on their platform, using their features, participating in things.
Okay, so it rewards early active users of that platform.
Pretty much. The estimate we saw suggests you need maybe 30 to 60 points to claim the NXPC.
And how long did that take to earn, roughly?
Generally, they're saying about 2 to 4 days of, active engagement on Binance Alpha.
Gotcha. So if you qualify, if you have the points, what do you actually need to do? What are the steps?
It seems pretty straightforward. First, you go to Binance Alpha, log in,
Right.
find the NXPC project section. It should be highlighted given the launch. It'll outline any tasks, but for this airdrop, it's basically using your alpha points to participate. You commit the points.
Use the points. Got it.
Then you claim the NXPC tokens. There'll be an event page, and you need to do that during the window May 13th or 14th.
So don't miss that claim window.
Definitely not.
So it's not just about holding crypto you already have. It's about actually using the Binance Alpha platform.
Precisely, yeah. This whole pre-listing thing on Binance Alpha gives users an early look, early access, before it hits the wider public trading scene.
Makes sense.
And it's worth mentioning, too, the MapleStory Universe just finished its big Genesis testing phase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a final shakedown before this NXPC launch. And Nexon actually announced the token way back in August 2024.
August last year. Wow. So this has been cooking for a while.
Oh, yeah. Definitely part of a longer-term plan.
And I saw some pretty impressive numbers about activity recently. Something about scrolls.
Yes. MSU scrolls. Basically, the NFT items in the MapleStory universe in the 6 days just before May 12th. Over 1.5 million of these scrolls were minted on their Avalanche Layer 1 network.
1.5 million
Yeah.
in 6 days.
Yeah. Shows some serious early enthusiasm. Yeah, people are jumping in.
No kidding. That's significant.
And remember, MapleStory N, the new game that uses NISO and links to NXPC,
Yeah.
that launches May 15th, too. Same day trading starts.
A coordinated launch. Game and token together. Sounds like they've thought this through.
Seems like it.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly. Market information. I noticed, some different prices being reported. Things looked a bit inconsistent.
You're right to flag that. Yeah, looking at the data from May 12th, there was definitely variation.
What'd you see?
Well, CoinGecko had a live price around 0.00756 USD. Showed some recent green candles, too.
Okay.
But BitGet, it was listed at $0. Looked like their data just hadn't updated recently.
0. Okay, that's a big difference.
Right. And then Coinbase France had it around 0.00045 USD. Slight uptick in 24 hours, but down over the month and year, according to their chart.
Quite a spread. Why the differences, do you think?
It's almost certainly because it's brand new, right? The launch is happening now. Different platforms update at different speeds.
Right.
Some might be picking up tiny bits of pre-trading on decentralized exchanges, maybe, before this main Binance Alpha listing.
That makes sense. Just lag and different data sources before the main event. And what about the supply? How many NXPCs are actually out there?
So according to CoinMarketCap and BitGet, the circulating supply is currently listed as 0.
0. Okay.
But the total supply and the maximum supply is set at 1 billion NXPC.
1 billion total.
Yep. So naturally, market cap is also listed as 0 right now.
Which is pretty typical before a big launch, right?
Exactly. Those numbers, circulating supply and market cap, they'll start to take shape once trading actually begins on Binance Alpha tomorrow.
Okay, so expect those figures to become real once trading is live.
Got it.
Now, our sources also mentioned some other crypto news snippets. Anything relevant, just for context?
Briefly, yeah. There was stuff about Solana DeFi growing, some ongoing talk about stablecoin regulations, always. Technical analysis of Mantra, some market data for ENA, the usual churn.
Right.
It's just a reminder the whole crypto world keeps moving, lots of different things happening. But yeah, for this deep dive, our focus is definitely NXPC and MapleStory.
Absolutely. Keeping it tight on NXPC. Now, one really important thing for listeners, the practical side. Binance's terms of use. What should people know?
A crucial point. Always remember, using Binance, including Binance Alpha, means you're agreeing to their terms of use.
Right, a fine print.
And within that fine print is a very clear risk warning about trading digital assets. They state it plainly. These assets are volatile. Prices can go up and down drastically. There's a real risk of losing money. So the bottom line always is you have to do your own research. DYOR. Understand the risk before you trade anything.
Essential advice.
Right.
Always. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. To bring it all together, what are the absolute key takeaways from our deep dive into NXPC today?
Okay, key points. 1, NXPC is the core utility token for Nexon's big push into Web3 with MapleStory. It's not just a side project.
Right, central.
2, it's all about enabling NFT creation and trading in-game using these Fission and Fusion ideas.
The NFT engine.
3, it's linked to NESO, the currency in the new MapleStory endgame, acting as its reserve and connecting gameplay to Web3 value.
The bridge.
And 4, the immediate opportunity that Binance Alpha airdrop is happening right now, today and tomorrow, May 13th, 14th, for users with Alpha points. But that window closes fast.
End of tomorrow.
End of tomorrow. And then public trading starts May 15th on Binance Alpha.
Okay, so if you've been active on Binance Alpha, got those points, definitely sounds worth checking out that NXPC airdrop before it vanishes.
For sure.
And for everyone else, we'll keep an eye on Binance Alpha tomorrow to see how NXPC enters the market.
Exactly. And this whole thing, it raises a bigger question, maybe a final thought for you, the listener.
Yeah.
When you see these huge traditional gaming giants like Nexon making serious moves into Web3, building out ecosystems with dedicated tokens like NXPC, well, it makes you wonder, right?
Wonder what?
Which other big established digital worlds, maybe other game franchises, might follow? And what could that really mean for, digital ownership, for player economies, how we interact with these virtual spaces in the future?
That is interesting. If MapleStory can do it, who's next? And what does that future look like?
Definitely something to think about. It's a space to watch very closely.